Now we unmuted.
Another episode of Unmuted. Today I have a special guest in the house, and she has become famous. Not famous for reasons that you and I would want to become famous, but she has a very intriguing story. And today she stopped by Unmuted to talk to us about this story. And I have in the house none other than Miss Tracey Flowers. Y'all give it up for Miss Tracey Flowers. There she is right there, y'all. Right there. And as you're watching, go ahead and subscribe and become a member of the Unmuted family. You go right down there, that little button right down there. Go ahead, subscribe, hit that bell so you can get notifications when a video drops. All right. Hey, Trey, how you doing?
Hey.
Okay, you done got up and started walking. Okay, this different. It's different. You doing all right?
I'm good. My air fryer died.
Your air fryer died?
My AirPod.
Oh, your AirPod. Okay, gotcha. That's different. Okay. So you having a good day today? Everything is well? Always good?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, cool. That's what's up. All right, so let's just get straight into this interview. I'm dying to know all about Miss Tracey Flowers. So, according to social media, you were born in Chicago, Illinois?
Yep.
Chicago, Illinois. Okay. Chicago Bulls, we own you, baby. Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, Jesse Jackson, my all-time favorite comedian, Bernie Mac, all-time number one. Yes. So did you grow up a Bulls fan?
Of course.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, and Walter Payton, too. Walter Payton. Chicago Bears, okay? All right, cool. I bet. So did you get a chance to attend games or anything like that?
I have been to a game or two.
So you saw Michael Jordan play?
No.
Oh, man. What about Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I bet. Cool. There you go. All right. So growing up in Chicago, what was life like?
A normal life. Like what? A normal life as a kid, growing up here, a lot of people think because they hear about how bad Chicago is, that's not how we grew up, in my generation. You know, we played outside and we had friends and we rode our bikes together and we went to the park and we had to come in by the street lights. It was rules.
Right.
It wasn't, of course they have their killings, they drugs. What city don't have all of that? But it wasn't like that then. So my childhood growing up was pretty normal in Chicago. We did the normal things, going to the skating ring, meeting at the route or the rink, or, going to parties. Like, that was our normal life.
Right. And you're absolutely right.
For the kids here. The kids now today, they didn't get to that was taken from them because of the streets and the lack of morals and values. And Chicago is really not all bad. There's a lot of beautiful things about Chicago.
Oh, most definitely. I got a chance to visit Chicago in 2019 when I turned 30. Okay, my age, whatever. I turned 35, I think. I'm 37 now. Yeah. I turned 35. I got a chance to go up there, stay there for about 3 days, and I had a ball. Got a chance to go.
Chicago is fun in the summertime.
It's beautiful.
It's fun in the summertime. Like, it's always something to do.
Yeah.
It's always somewhere to go. It's fun.
Yeah, but me being a big Chicago Bulls fan, I went to the stadium, got a chance to go inside, got a chance to touch and see the Michael Jordan statue in there. Got a chance to do all that. Saw the banners and all when they won all the championships. I was just a kid in the candy store, so I had a ball. That's all I wanted to do. Got a fresh haircut over there. So y'all barbers, man, it was worth that $55 I paid.
Yeah, I mean, haircuts are not. First of all, haircuts are not cheap anymore. So,
and that's what you're a hairdresser, right? And that's what you do. You're a hairdresser, right?
I'm a loctician. I don't do haircuts or anything, but I work with a lot of barbers. So, haircuts, they put a lot of craft into those haircuts, and
most definitely.
So yeah, it's not cheap. Haircuts are not cheap anymore.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. See, I cut hair too, but my cuts, you know what I'm saying, a dope, you know what I'm saying, but I don't charge people arm and leg though. But I'm gonna start though. If I can get a
You
Chicago
gotta
price,
charge what you're worth. The
right?
starting price at a haircut is, I believe, $35 to $40 here. And
Yeah,
then including the beer, it may be 55, something like that. I don't know.
right.
But they not cheap.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, hair is different nowadays, especially for a woman. You know, the price of a wig nowadays is just, it blew my mind. I heard a girl say she's gonna pay $400 for a wig. What kind of wig? What comes with a wig? Do a DVD player come with a wig? Do you get a bag of chips? Do you get a pair of Jordans
No,
to come with a wig? Just
DVD,
one
they don't
wig.
even use
One.
DVD players no more.
You don't even get the spray with the wig. You just get one wig for $400. You got your rabbit man. Who you trying to look like? Where did the hair come from? Did a little kid get her hair scraped off the top of her head just so you can have a wig? They
I
do
don't
it. I saw
know.
India.
I got one wig.
You got one wig.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
All
I'd
right.
rather much be bald head.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So tell us,
Mhm.
you say you're a loctician. So what does that entail? You just do locks and that's it?
Mhm. I
Yeah.
do. I just do locks. I natural hair. I don't braid, but comb twists, natural hairstyles. I do, but my specialty is locks.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
Mhm.
dope. Now, have you come across somebody that has stink locks? Because I mean, I've come across some people that look like, hey, look, your locks should be smelling like beef jerky or stew beef. I'm just saying that just
No, I mean, yeah, they stink, but
I'm just saying that
hey, you gotta walk around with stinky locks, not me.
right. All right, so you're a mother of two. You have a beautiful
Mhm.
daughter and a little son. But around the time you had your son, something happened on this mediocre weather night in Chicago. Something went down. As those that are
Mhm.
watching, you can go back on her Facebook page and you can see that something is different, but something happened. So, Tracey, what happened the night that you went to the club with your boyfriend?
His baby mother threw acid in my face.
Threw acid. Was it the way you say threw acid in your face?
Hmm.
It was battery acid, correct?
No.
Oh, it wasn't battery. What kind of acid was it?
Once I made it to the hospital, they believed it to be battery acid or some form of acid. And like a year later, after the lab results came, it was sulfuric acid in the form of a deep concentrated Drano or like steel cleaner or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
what you would clean stainless steel products, something, just deep cleaning or like what contains sulfuric acid, and it was a deep concentrated Drano or something. They
Wow.
couldn't say exactly what it was, but it was sulfuric acid.
So I want to know what caused. Do you know that? Oh, have you ever had an interaction with this woman before? You ever
I
guys
mean,
got into it?
interaction over him beforehand, but like the beginning of my pregnancy, that's where all our conflict has started, and uh, like me and him broke up, and then we eventually got back together, and we kind of really didn't have any problems with her. Cause after I had the baby,
Right.
and then I guess she just started losing her mind and jealous and envious, and she gave me a piece of her mind.
A piece of her mind.
Like we didn't have an
Wow.
altercation that night. It was kind of pretty much like she was talking to him. They had some words. She was making a scene. They separated, me and him from her. And, her emotions got the best of her, and she kind of snaked me.
Time out. Emotions got the best of her to the point where she's. Well, number one, where do you get the acid from in the first place to even carry your purse to put in the cup and throw it on somebody? That's first. So it kind of
Well,
made
and
me
that's
seem
the
like it was a
thing.
plot.
people fail to realize we were inside an actual venue.
Right.
So in that venue, which she was familiar with the venue because it was owned by her relative,
Oh wow.
of course she found something and like threw it on me. Put it in a martini glass and threw it on me. She kind of like snaked me.
So
She
you with
didn't
this
kind of,
guy?
she did.
Well, yes, you
We
did. She
went to the
definitely did.
party. We went to the party together, me and him. We were there together. We went together. He was trying to get me out the house. It was the day before Thanksgiving. You know, I was cooking dinner for the family, and I was just like, all right, I'll go. I went through like I had a severe postpartum depression.
Okay.
So we had no idea that she was going to be there.
All right, let's back up. Let's talk about the boyfriend. How was you guys' relationship before this incident took place?
He was good.
Y'all was
He
good.
was good. Mm-hmm.
So he never
He
had
did.
any type of dealings between you and her.
He did. He did. He did. Once she found out I was pregnant, I kind of don't know the conversations that were held between them, but you know, he started acting weird. Then he eventually cheated on me with her. He did. And we broke up, and like a couple of weeks later we ended up getting back together, and then we ain't really kind of had no problem with her the whole pregnancy after a while, you know. It wasn't a problem until after I had my baby.
So you must
And
really be
then,
in love with him to go back, right?
hmm,
You must really be in
yeah,
love with him to go back.
very, very much so. Very
You know,
much
I'm
so.
gonna sing a little song that the old church mother sung to us back in the day. Run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. That's exactly, man. You should have got up out of that train.
Yeah, well, I was pregnant and I was in love and
Right.
I wanted it to work, and we put that behind us, and we
Yeah.
just
Well, I understand I understand because I've been cheated on before, plenty of times. But see, I went back for payback. I played the role. I
no,
went back. No, I'm talking about me. I went back for payback. I wanted to get you back and make you feel just 10 times worse than you ever made me feel. That's how I got down. And it worked. You know what I'm saying? I paid for it in the end by God or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? By allowing some things to happen. But it felt good when I paid him back, though. It sure
but
did.
that's my thing, you know. I was in an emotional state, you know. I was pregnant, and who wants to go through that by themselves? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
most definitely.
And in a vulnerable state, and yeah, I went back and we worked it out, and um, he was still acting a little weird, but it just got weird after all of this happened. It got real weird. Like it was just a disrespect, and it just was bad.
So you saw red flags and you said, okay, I'm gonna ignore them, or I see the red flags, but I
Yeah,
still
I totally ignored the red flag.
wow. Wow. So you
It's all
get it.
about accountability. I ignored those red flags.
Oh, okay. I feel you. I feel you. You know, because some people just blame him and don't act like they saw the red flags before anything happened. Or
No,
whatever
I'm not just blaming him. I saw them red flags.
Okay.
I
All
saw
right.
them. I
Okay.
ignored them.
Before you guys went to the club that night, how was he acting then? Did he act suspicious? Did he act strange? Or, you know, you say he was trying to get you out the house. I mean, you wasn't going out the house at that time.
No.
He was just trying to get you out.
Yeah, he wasn't acting, you know, no type of way.
Okay.
We didn't have no clue that she was gonna be there until we got there. We found out at the same time.
Right. Wow. Okay. So you get there, you're dancing, you're having a good time. Because I saw you in the club once, and I saw you getting down. And you all right. You get down a little bit. You can get down a little bit. You know, you kind of remind me of Pam or Martin how she danced or whatever like that. It was all right. You got a little skill, but you was in there having a good time. You know, your homegirls haven't seen you in a while and all like that. And did anybody try to help you try to fight the girl after she threw the acid on you at all? Or
No, my homegirls went in there.
They
I'm
went in
pretty sure they were. She wouldn't have made it out. But no, my friends weren't there. I had text them like, she here, red flag, red, code red, code red. It was a code
Right.
red text. Code red, code red. Like the police got this text. Like he like, yeah, it was like she here. But after me not responding to the text, cause in the text I was like, nah, I'm just leave.
Right.
I'm just leave, y'all. And after me not responding to the text or the phone call, one of my friends was sitting in front of the venue, and she was sitting in front and saw my attacker run out and get into a car. So at this point, it was like, where's Tracey? She not answering her phone. She seen her run out, and then she, you know what I'm saying?
So they had no
And
clue that she just threw acid on you, and the whole club is in an uproar because of what they saw. They had no idea. My God. Wow. 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 Okay. She threw the acid on you. She runs out. What transpires after that? Are you going ballistic? Are you fighting everybody? You're trying to...
Yeah, I was trying to get some water. I was burning at this point. I ran behind the bar to get water, and that I was telling the owner, like, she threw something on me. She threw something on me. And they started, helping me. And about the time I came from behind the bar, my clothes was melting off of me.
Your clothes was melting off of you?
My shirt was melting, literally melting. Like it ate up. Like I have scars all on my shoulder.
So this helpful. Let's just put this in perspective for the kids that might be watching. Have y'all ever seen The Wizard of Oz?
It was like evil.
I mean, I melted. She threw it. Did your feet curl up too and go back like the wicked? No, your feet didn't curl back. My God. Okay. All right. So your clothes are melting. Your skin is burning. Like
my eyes bubbling.
Like
it's
what?
Getting big. You could feel it. It was like do 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 do.
And that was in a Kia C Sharp right there. That was pretty good. So you sound like you can sing a little bit, but your eye was, oh Lord. I got hit in the eye last night at work and that junk hurt, but to have acid, Lord have mercy, to get hot sauce in your eye. I don't know if you ever had that to happen. To get hot sauce in your eye is a terrible thing. I had that happen to me twice and I screamed like a little girl. But you had whole boiled down acid that's burning your clothes off of your body. And did you feel your skin like moving around? Good Lord.
Yes. I did.
Tracey, and you still here.
I am.
You still here, man. God is good, man. All right. So,
all the time.
My God. So how long did it take the paramedics to get there?
No one had called the police.
Nobody did.
Nobody had called the police. So when my boyfriend came back, because he was working for the place that night, when he made a liquor store run, when he came back, my friend was outside and she was like, "Oh, something happened to Tracey. Something happened to Tracey. Your baby mother just ran out of here. Something happened to Tracey. She not answering the phone." When he ran in, he found me. And that's when he called the police. So it had been like 20 minutes.
Okay, time out. It been like 20 minutes. You're at a venue where I don't know how many other people are there. I can say probably like maybe 100. And nobody called the police.
Nobody.
Oh man, those of you that may be watching that was there that night that's going to see this, I owe you one. I owe you one. Y'all didn't call the police to help this woman? Are you crazy?
It was not an immediate call. The first call that it got was from my boyfriend.
Oh my God. 20 minutes later.
We were in the back. About 15 to 20 minutes later.
About 15 to 20 minutes later.
I could be wrong, but it definitely was about 15.
Lord have mercy.
We were in the back, just throwing water on me, getting my clothes off of me, and it was really my shirt. I
don't mean to be
I came out my clothes, like my shirt, like
so
yeah, I was burning.
So you burning, and the men that was in the back got a free show at the same time. Boy, I tell you, you know what, Tracey? No, don't do that. No wonder they ain't called the police. Child, Tracey,
What?
Come on, man. All right. So the paramedics finally get there after 20 minutes. How was your boyfriend acting? Did he act
He was
concerned?
nervous. He was nervous. He was scared. I had never seen that look on his face ever. I had never seen a lot of the people's look on their face. They didn't know what to do. They was in shock. He was afraid. He was scared and concerned. I'm probably thinking. I'm sure he was thinking 1,000 things like, "What the hell? Why would she do something like that?"
Wow. That's crazy. So they airlift you to the hospital. They get you there. And did you know that you was at the hospital? Did you like pass out at any time? Or?
I blacked out. I blacked out in the helicopter.
Oh my
It
God.
was like the propellers for me to sleep.
Really?
Yeah, but I blacked out like in the helicopter. I think they ended up having to give me like morphine or something.
Okay, I
Something.
was going to say because you're laying down, of course, you know what I'm saying, in the
Mhm.
helicopter, and you're still feeling everything. You're feeling the burning sensation, you're feeling it all, and you're just
Mhm.
laying there trying to take it, trying to stay alive.
Mhm. I didn't
Tracey,
know
man,
what was going on.
you're a strong black woman, man. I gotta give it up for you on that. Cause
Thank you.
yeah. So wow. You got to the hospital. When did you wake up?
I don't know. I just woke up, I guess. I don't know when I woke up. I just woke up and my family was in the room.
So they already did everything for you and to you before you woke up?
What they could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you open your eyes, you saw your family around.
I
Did your
couldn't
body?
see.
Or you
I couldn't see.
you couldn't see at all?
I could see, but I don't remember if my left contact was still in or not. But what happened was they was fighting me to get the contact out my right eye. This was the eye that was messed up, and they was fighting me, and I was like, I could still see. I could still see. It was the contact helping me see.
Right.
And at this point, I'm like, I'm all right. Like, leave me alone. I
Right.
was really
Right.
fighting them. Like, if y'all don't leave me alone to get out my eye, I just want to go home to my baby.
Right. Wow. Okay. So you're fighting everybody off. You can still see. At what point did you go completely blind in your eye?
Um, uh, after I had my eyes stitched shut, they stitched my eye shut.
Jesus.
I had to get two skin grafts on my eye
Uh-huh.
because my eyelid is burnt off. My eyelid is burnt off, so
My
I
God.
had to
Wow.
get two skin grafts on my eye. The first skin graft didn't even take, so they had to do another one, and then they stitched my eye shut because my eye was contracted and wasn't even closing on its own at this point because of the skin. And I asked my doctor, like, the stitches kept coming out. So I was like, can we do like something like a more permanent stitch? Like, she was like, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's try it. And we stitched it shut. It was shut for a year. And when your eye heals, it just completely heals.
Right.
If it knocks out your vision, or whatever the case may be. But she was so hurt, and it was kind of like she knew I wasn't gonna get my vision back in my eye. This was like the worst case. She had never seen anything like this. She had never seen anything like this. She was nervous. Like, I had her personal number. I had my eye doctor's personal number. That's how deep it was. Like, I was going to the eye doctor every other day. Every 2 days, I had to go travel to the doctor and the burn doctors and stuff. But the eye was the biggest task.
Mm-hmm.
And once they opened my eye, he said, well, they took a couple of stitches out so they could see if it was healing. He was like, it's just completely opaque. Like, when your eye heals, it just heals. Once this happened, my sight was already blurry.
Right.
I could see certain things, but it just got worse. It got worse. So it was like after Christmas, a year later, after Christmas, I went to the eye doctor, I think the day after Christmas, and they told me that my eye was completely opaque. I about sat in that parking lot for 2 hours and cried.
Wow. Wow.
That
Wow.
was like the hardest pill to swallow right there.
Right.
That was, yeah. I kind of knew I wasn't gonna get it back, but you still be hopeful.
Right. Just to hear that, to have that mental, you know what I'm saying? That even
Yeah,
think
it took me back in a bad space, a mental space. Like,
right. So when you got up and you looked in the mirror, did you cry or did you like feel different about yourself when you saw yourself again?
when I first saw myself in the hospital,
Okay.
in the hospital it was just like a bruise, thinking like this gonna go away, and yeah, I just want to go home. So when I went home, um, it was something different. We was like, I was like, what the hell going on with my skin? So like when I went home the next day, it was peeling. So when I woke up and I went in that bathroom and cleaned my face, it was like I had a team standing by the door. He was standing by the door. I was hurt. I cried. I cried. I think we all cried. Cause we ain't never seen no shit like. Oh, I'm sorry. We ain't never seen.
Yeah.
we
I
ain't
understand.
never.
Because I want to
We
say
ain't
it too.
never.
I understand because I want to say it too. I want to
We
say
had never
about
seen
3
no
of them.
stuff like that. We had never seen no stuff like that. Like, we was hurt. All of us was hurt. He was hurt. I was hurt. I think in the beginning that's when he showed the most emotion.
Did he ever apologize to you for what took place?
Yeah,
He did?
yeah, yeah. But his actions didn't follow his apology.
His
I don't
action
believe
didn't
him.
follow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
In the
walk this down.
beginning, he was sorry.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He was hurt that this happened to me. And I don't know what he was thinking. Like, it probably was guilt, and you know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
whatever place he took in the situation. He didn't do it. But whatever place he took in the situation, it was, I don't know what he was feeling. And he probably ain't gonna never admit to it either. But he was hurt. He was hurt in the beginning. He was apologetic. He took care of me. He took care of me in the beginning. He had to clean me. Do well, we live together. So he had to the doctors had to teach him how to clean me, how to wrap me
Right. So he
and
was your personal
everything. So
CNA, pretty much.
yeah, he was my
Clean.
caretaker. He took care of me. He did in the
Boo boo,
beginning.
boo
But
boo, and all, everything. He had to do
nah,
all.
he didn't have to do all
Oh,
that.
he had to do that. Okay, all right.
No,
I'm gonna say no.
no.
No, bro. I'm like salute you on that part, bro.
But no,
Uh,
he didn't have to do all of that. But
okay, all right, cool,
he
cool.
did have to he did help. He was concerned in the beginning and things like that. But once I started getting better, his actions,
Yes.
it got worse. It got worse.
So how did you feel when you noticed that he was getting worse?
I was heartbroken.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
I was heartbroken. I was I was lost. I was heartbroken. Like, yeah, the events. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
After that, probably up until this day, I was um I was hurt. Very, very hurt. I'm still hurt. And his actions showed me something different. And I'm still dealing with that. I don't have, my desires for him or not to be with him or anything like that, but I'm still
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah, I can understand that. We're human. We have emotions and feelings, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I know stuff like that hurts, most definitely. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, we got a child together, and
right.
this whole situation, the young lady who threw acid on me, she affected our lives like in a major way, even hers. She destroyed a lot of relationships, a lot of bonds. She hurt our families. Um, and how do we come back from that? It's hard coming back from that. It's hard for me and my son's father, my ex-boyfriend. it's hard for us to have a stable relationship because of her.
Right.
Like, you know, even as parenting, it's hard, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or anything. Like, it ain't what it's cracked up to be. Like, she is a bad seed, and her influence, who she is bad. You know, I know they ain't gonna well her mama ain't raised her like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Yes, I know
like,
exactly what you mean.
um, we can't get them relationships back. She broke a lot of bonds, a lot of, you know, relationships, and tore families apart with this one. And she ain't remorseful for what she did.
Even till this day.
Not to this day. She ain't remorseful. She's not remorseful for anything.
Okay. All right. So you had a son. Let's talk about your kids. You have beautiful daughter. She's
Mm,
amazing, man. Oh my God. She's
thank
amazing. And
you.
she want to play bass. Yes, she want to be a bass player. She want to
She
play bass,
don't.
y'all.
She don't want to play bass. She doesn't.
She want to play bass like me? Okay. All right, great.
No, she don't want to play bass. She wants. She
She
wants
put it
to
down
play the
already?
piano. She had. It's a part of her class.
Okay,
So
got you.
she
All
don't
right.
want to play. She doesn't want to play bass, but I'm trying. Me and her father are trying to get her to understand, like, everything, all the music that you like requires a guitar,
Right.
requires a guitar,
Right.
bass, and things like that. She likes the piano, but I don't know. We're gonna see if she want to just try to tackle both of them.
Yeah.
I don't think she like her teacher. I think that's
That's
it.
probably
You know,
probably what
she'll
it
be in a
is.
teenager. She don't like her teacher, so it's not interesting to her.
Yeah. Okay. So when you came home and your kids saw you, you just had a baby, and at the time your daughter was 12.
Yeah.
She was 12. How did they react to you when they saw what happened to their mother? Because I know you dealt with the post-traumatic, not post-traumatic, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Postpartum.
post-traumatic, postpartum depression.
I yeah. I developed PTSD and anxiety, severe PTSD, severe anxiety, and depression. So I lied to her. I lied and told her I was in an Uber accident. I was in an accident with an Uber. I didn't want her to even know this mess. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
As far as my baby, my newborn, he didn't know. All he knew was he couldn't get no milk, and I couldn't nurture him.
So you couldn't nurture your son because the acid got inside of your chest?
The medications that they had me on dried my milk.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it dried my milk.
Wow. Well, okay, so you couldn't nurture your baby. And I know that drove you crazy. I know it did.
Um, it did, but at this time I was totally detached from everything. Like, I took care of him because I had to. I knew I
Right.
had to, but my bonding with him, it kind of left. Because I was on so many medications and stuff like that. I wasn't even kind of like really in my right state of mind. I ain't had the patience. I ain't had the patience until, I had to snap up out of it.
Right.
I just knew I loved him and I knew I had to take care of him, but it was hard creating that bond because in my mind, this girl did this because I had a baby.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a resentment, but I don't know how to explain it. And I couldn't really bond with him. I was emotionally somewhere else.
Right. Right.
And then I moved and we broke up, I had to like have a nervous breakdown to snap back. Like I had to snap back. And to this day, um, I usually think that he can't sleep without me. I don't think I could sleep without him. My baby, my son, and he's just real. He had to witness that trauma. Babies feel,
Right,
and
right,
at that point, he felt it. It was times where he wanted me, like coming out the hospital. He wanted me, and I had to put all the pain to the side, hop on one leg, carry him on one arm because I couldn't use this side,
right.
and I had to like nurture him, like keep him from crying. And I had to hold on it. Like he witnessed the nightmares. He was right under me on this side. Like he
Yeah.
witnessed the nightmares and you know what I'm saying, just the trauma, the crying, babies feel that. He felt all of that.
Now, how old was he when he felt all this?
He was at this time 5 weeks. By the time I got home, he was 5 weeks.
Right. And that's why he can't get enough of mama now. He's like,
Yeah, he can't
he's
get
like,
enough from you now.
he's right up under you. Like, hey, mom, like,
Yeah,
man, all right, that's going to develop mama boy syndrome when it's time to get him a girlfriend now.
I don't care.
They're gonna be like, oh, you a mama's boy. You came in and you still on your mama titty. You still a mama. All that, you know how y'all do.
I
You
don't,
black
I
women.
don't care. Whatever. I don't care.
Not
I
black
don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
You
That's
okay?
mine. I don't care. I don't care. That is an unconditional love that I have never felt before. So
Right.
in when it comes to my kids in this situation, my daughter, she was really my strength. She was my strength. Like she didn't cry. She just kept me going. Mommy, you still beautiful.
Yes.
I hate that we weren't able to do things that we normally used to do. Because I didn't come outside for a year. I didn't show my peers or anything, my face until like a whole year later. And she was
Hold on.
my strength.
Hold on. Excuse me, viewers. Hey, Panther, will you stop whining? I'm gonna take you outside. It's about Tracey right now, not you. Pit bulls, man. Pit bulls.
Okay.
Just don't want all the attention right now. It's not about you right now. But
But
I
yeah,
digress.
my daughter was my strength. And my son, he kind of, I believe he saved me. I
Yeah.
needed him.
Yeah.
So he wasn't an accident.
Oh, by far,
He
not at all.
he wasn't an accident. He wasn't a mistake. He was definitely planned on his end. He wasn't planned on my end. But he saved me because in my mind, I never had suicidal thoughts, but I always had these thoughts in my mind. Growing up in the church, suicide is a sin and all this. I never had suicidal thoughts. I thank God that I didn't. But I always had these thoughts like, God, why don't you just like take me in my sleep? A natural way.
You want the
this?
Lord, to swing low, sweet chariot and carry you home.
Yeah, I did. And
No, Tracey, you couldn't do that. Your time, what you're doing right now, you're actually helping somebody through a tough situation right now. This is the whole purpose of this show on Muted, to help encourage, to let people know they can get through anything, because obviously you did. So he had to use, I feel a word, I feel it, I feel a word, I feel it. He had to use this to show others that I can still use you even when you don't even want to be used and you want to leave this.
yeah.
So I can still do some stuff with you, Tracey. That's what he was saying to you. Man.
But my son, pretty much, it was just like my daughter, I love her, and yeah. But when a mother has a boy, I love my daughter. My daughter is my everything. It's just a different bond with
So you trying
with
to
your
find a
team.
safe way to say that your son is your favorite. That's what you're trying to do right now. You trying to say,
No,
because we all did. We as parents, we all did, but we do have that special one that just like, kind of, hey, you'll go to battle for this and the other, like, hey, you cool. But this right here, that's what you try.
I'm going to war for both of my kids.
No, what? No, what's your daughter's name?
And I ain't none of your business.
Neville. Neville.
But my it was a spiritual thing.
Right.
I needed that type of love. Like you hear that? It was something from Denzel Washington that he spoke on about a mother's love for her son and the son's love for his mother. Like it's something different when you have a son. When a woman have a son, he was just a dose of love that I needed.
Right.
He was what I needed at that time because I didn't feel loved at all. Right. I did not feel love. I couldn't have been loved for something like this to happen. I couldn't have been loved for you to leave me with your newborn after your baby mama could have killed me.
And he went back to her, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
He didn't dibbled and dabbled. They dibble dabbled maybe, but
wow.
It wasn't no love there. It was no love there. My son was the love that I needed. At that time, I needed that. I needed that love, that unconditional. I didn't know what unconditional love was until I had to go through this and have a newborn, which this is all he knows.
Right.
He don't know what I looked like before this. So it was already, his love was already, it was he had already accepted me. He accepted this.
You know what I'm gonna say?
See something. He didn't see what everybody else saw. This all he knew. This all he knows.
We can see your Facebook. We can see pictures of the past. You was gorgeous, beautiful eyes, red bone. You got it going on, yada yada. But you're even more beautiful now because your strength is at the forefront. Besides your beauty, and you're still beautiful now. Forget the scars and all like that, and what that movie was that Texas Chainsaw Massacre, whatever. Forget all that. You're still beautiful, but your strength, it's just something about that strength that you have that just like, man, that's who you need right there on your arm, man. That girl got strength. And I know for a fact you carry around a razor or something now, because just in case somebody want to try something, you'll cut somebody.
I don't walk around with no razor.
You don't walk around no razor, no Tracey, you look.
No, I don't. You know what? I feel like I don't know, maybe it's a Chicago thing, a tough thing. We Chicagoans, we are like natural bullies. We naturally tough.
Trey, I've been knowing you for like about a month now, and yeah, you are a bully. We've had conversations before. Yeah, you're a bully.
I mean, we're naturally tough, and my thing is, I done been through the worst, so it kind of really ain't really much that I'm pretty much really scared of now.
Right.
I don't panic. It's just like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't. People tell stories like, oh, I did this, I did that. It's like, I'm the wrong person to give a sob story to and tell. You cannot tell me what you can't do.
Right.
Because I lost everything. I lost everything. I lost everything.
Friends?
In my mind too.
I
ain't lose my friends. But, I didn't lose my friends. I lost a lot of relationships and bonds that I held close to my heart. Like from people that I actually genuinely would do anything for and love. Like, I lost them bonds in those type of relationships. When you going through something like this, you really realize who there for you and who not.
Right.
It's some strangers. It's some strangers. And I want to say this too, because when it comes to like family and stuff like that, and friends or people who you call your family, like when you really going through it at a bad time, you really get to figure out who people are and how people gonna be there for you in a time of need.
You're absolutely right.
In a time of need, and people tend to think. What I noticed too in my healing is people tend to think you okay on the outside, but what they don't realize is the hardest healing is internal. It's on the inside. Your biggest battle is the healing on the inside. That's the hardest to heal. So you make everything look good on the outside, and you really toe up on the inside.
Right.
And people go by what they see. And this is what they see. They see on the outside, she healing good, she looking good on the outside. But they forget what mental issues that I have developed from this that is driving me crazy on the inside that you cannot control. You cannot control. So when people are going through stuff, whether it's family, friends, and everything, be mindful of their internal and mental needs rather than their outside. Be mindful, get them out. Try to give them their normal.
Oh man, you got me tearing up over here, man. Hold on. Let me get my beach towel.
Give them their normal. They need it to be normal. I tried to be normal so many times, like do things that I would normally do, and I just couldn't do it. Sometimes I just still can't do it.
Right. But I come to tell you that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you.
Indeed.
That's what you got to lean on now. Like I said, your strength is at the forefront now. You're still gorgeous. You're still beautiful. Period.
Thank you.
You got. I mean, I know it burnt the skin in your nose. You're breathing. You're alive. You're alive. Can you still breathe?
People always ask me, can I take these out? I can take them out. I don't have to wait.
I ain't begging. I ain't never done. Tracey, you certain things you just can't do right over. I didn't know you were gonna do that, man.
It's just a split. It's a split.
Yeah.
It's just a split. People ask me all the time, like, do you have to wear those? I don't, but they comfortable.
Wait a minute. You don't have to wear them, but you still have that in there?
Yeah, because I'm scared. My skin is still contracting. And as long as I'm still having surgeries and my skin gonna contract, I'm gonna wear them.
I expect you to take that out your nose, Tracey. Yeah. Okay. All right, that's good. Now that I know that you don't have to have that in there, man. This whole time I thought you had to have it.
But the thing about it is all the pictures that you look at, because he be stalking me, y'all. All the pictures that you look at, or I don't have these in my nose. You don't even pay attention to that.
Cause look, I'm so used to you having them in there. And
I don't wear them when I go out and stuff like that. I don't have these in my nose.
Wow. Okay. America.
One day my friend was like,
she lied. I do not. I'll start.
One day my friend was like, why do you have to wear those all the time? And even my baby daddy asked me all the time, like, did you have to wear those all the time? Because it wasn't those. I used to have, it was red. They were red. And I used to have to wear them on my nose. And I hated those. And then my surgeon was like, no, I want you to order these. And I was like, okay, I could do that. And when he asked me, like, you gotta wear them all the time, I was like, no. And then I started taking them out when I go out. I'll take them out. And my doctor had told me, like, it was my sister's wedding and I had them in, and I had the red ones in. And he was like, why didn't you take these out? You didn't have to wear them for the whole wedding. And I was like, because I thought I did.
Wow, okay. All right. So I don't know how deep you well, you funny. I don't know how deep you can go with this, but so far as the case, I know it's still open.
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't it been closed? Because
we still in court. Like, she got a lawyer.
This is since 2018, though. I mean, the lawyer.
COVID. Hey, Chicago, Illinois is different in law, and she has a lawyer. She pay how she weigh. You know, like this street. Like you got a lawyer, you gonna be free a little bit until this is over.
But
I
she is on
personally
probation,
wouldn't
right?
want. She is confined to the home. But me personally, I wouldn't do it. But hey, it's different strokes for different folks. I mean, she, y'all pray for her, pray for sis.
No, no,
She
I'm sorry.
she
I'm
probably
sorry.
need more
I
than
would
me.
not. No, I ain't praying for her at all. I'm praying that she get the maximum.
Well, of course, that's already set in stone, and that's just soon to come. But you got to pay for people who
I pray
fight
that she get her
demons
soul right. She gets saved
and
from the
who
Holy Ghost. I pray that.
exactly and bad spirits. And me myself, I'm working on forgiving her. I'm working on that. I have to for my peace.
Wow.
I have to for
Yeah.
my peace.
Right.
Now that
Right.
don't mean that I'm gonna be dealing with her and this, but
Right.
for
Right.
my
Right. Of
peace.
course not. No.
My piece, I have to, and people be like, "Oh, you crazy?" This, that. People heal in their own time. People forgive in their own time. For my peace and my sanity, considering what I've gone through this whole situation, and I wanted to stop, I have to find peace, and I gotta just let it go so I can move on with my life. And it's easier said than done. And I gotta forgive her. I'm working on it. I ain't did it yet, but I'm working on it.
And like you said, you
And
have to do it.
forgiving her might set her soul free. I don't know, but it gotta work for me. I'm not concerned about what it's gonna do for her or whatever. But yeah, she needs some prayers and stuff out here, because for her to do something like this to me, she was battling some stuff within herself. I'm pretty sure she knows she messed up. She know what she did was bad. She already nailed herself to the cross. I don't have to do it. She
Right.
got to deal with that. She gonna need some prayer to get through this.
Most definitely. Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't one of them type of women. Yeah, she did this. Oh yeah, she ugly and da da. I don't care about none of that.
Right.
I don't care about none of that.
So forgiveness, it was always said, forgiveness is for you and sets you free.
It is. It
It
is. It
is.
does. Though.
But like you said, forgiveness could actually help her, because she's gonna have that come to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
And she's gonna want forgiveness. And once you tell her that you do forgive her, it may do something to her that'll change her for the rest of her life.
It may.
It may.
It
So
may.
that's the hope that you do have. I know I was just kidding around and saying what I'm gonna pray for, but that's what I pray that happens, because at the end of the day, you don't want nobody to miss heaven, man, because of something stupid like that, unforgiveness. You got to do it, because it's gonna save you, because you got a full life to live. You still a baby. You got a full life. You got women to empower. You got women to help. You got women to minister to. You got kids to talk to. You got husbands to talk to, boyfriends to talk to. God got a whole ministry set up just for Tracey Flowers. And you got to walk in.
People think I'm crazy when I say that. Like, no.
You ain't crazy. They crazy.
No,
They didn't have to go through this. They don't understand.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
People think I'm crazy when I say, like, nah, pray for her. Like, no, I'm for real. Like,
I'll pray for
her. Pray for her for real. Because hey, look, I ain't got that yet, but I'm working on forgiveness. And I'm forgiving myself and setting myself free from it. So I had to forgive myself.
Right.
And forgive myself first, then I'm learning to trying to forgive others. Like I said, I haven't forgave her yet, but I know I have to.
Right.
I know it's coming.
Yeah.
I know it's coming in.
So my last question to you is, where are you at now? Are you happy? You back to you getting there?
Yeah, I'm getting back. I'm getting back to my normal self. I mean, well, you know what? I probably ain't even gonna like be ever back to the old Tracey. Better. I love myself so much more.
Better, right.
I couldn't have never loved myself allowing myself to go through that. allowing myself to pay attention to the red flags. Like I said, it got worse afterwards. And you know what I'm saying? I dragged myself through a lot of hurt after this happened, even more hurt. And I set myself free from that. Like, I don't want to deal with that no more. I'm very cautious about who I entertain and red flags and everything. So it's just like I learned how to. This taught me. I probably would have never learned how to love myself if this would have never happened to me.
God works in
The thing
mysterious ways.
I don't accept no BS from nobody. Like nobody. I don't have time for it. The way I love myself now, no, I never loved myself the way I do now. This taught me to love myself. This taught me to get closer to God and start paying attention and start listening because I literally suffered a lot. I suffered a lot. And you know what I'm saying? My kids had to witness me. I lost my mind. And it wouldn't stop until I started listening and loving myself. It wouldn't stop. People don't be understanding, like, why am I constantly going through this? Because you don't love yourself enough. That's why, because you ain't paying attention. I clearly was not paying attention and was not listening.
Wow. That ain't no but ministry. You just spit right now.
I'm just saying, like,
You gotta love yourself. Certain things you won't even allow to happen to you if you love yourself correctly.
Yeah.
Wow. So
if I was strong enough and loved myself enough, I would have. If I knew then what I knew now, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would have been probably some ruthless, you know. But hey, this certain situations make you closer to God and yourself. You learn yourself. You love yourself more. That's what I wasn't doing. I was not going loving myself enough to even go through that or even half of the things that I went through in life, period. No. No love. No love. And women think, oh, I love myself. I love myself. No, you don't love yourself because you by yourself the finest thing. No.
Right. Well, Tracey, that's what I'm going to say to you. And then we're going to end this segment here. You continue to walk in confidence. Keep your head up. Your bad days is okay to have them, but just know that you do have the victory point blank period. God brought you through this, and it's for you to help everybody else. And it could have did it another way, but he chose this route. But look at the strength. You feel me? He could have like take something like God, but he has a perfect way to pull out the best Tracey. And that's what he has done, and that's what he's continuing to do to pull out the best Tracey. You're gonna find some things.
Hey, but you gotta realize some people don't want the best you.
Right, exactly.
Some people don't want this new version of me. Right. Some people don't want to accept this new version of Tracey in this growth, but I don't care. I don't have to deal with you either. I don't have to deal with you. My growth wasn't for you, it was for me.
Right.
You don't have to accept. Some people don't want to accept that you change because that means you're not allowing their bull anymore. Right. You're not allowing their toxicity anymore. Some people don't want you to change. Some people want you to be that same person, but no. And these are the things that you realize when you get closer to God, when you start loving yourself more and everything. Like, I allow some crazy stuff. And that's what I sit here and think, like, I allow some crazy stuff. Like, what? Like, I know I didn't let you do this to me. Okay. And when you cut people off and you change, they don't know how to take it. They offended by your growth. And they offended by what God put in the place and the position that God put you in. But if you change, you'll see it too.
You better minister, Trace. You better evangelize. It's happening right. No, it's happening. I'm already listening to it. I ain't know this is going to take place. It's happening right now. You're actually ministering right now. Wow. You helping me.
I'm just
Thank
saying, like,
Appreciate it.
change is good.
Yeah.
My ex used to always say it when we first started dating, change is good, change is good, change is good. He was changing really. But
Right.
somebody didn't want him to change.
Right.
Somebody didn't want him to be better. They wanted him they was used to his same ways. So they, they came on through with their little toxic ways and boom. Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what we used to do on Mario Brothers back in the day? We take that little gun and shoot the birds down. So, with that being said, Tracey, continue to walk in your grace, walk in your power, walk in your strength. Continue to do what you're doing. Continue to grow. Because the world gonna know exactly who Tracey Flowers is, the new Tracey Flowers. And God got his hand on you. Okay? So I appreciate you for stopping by Unmuted, sharing your story. And I know it's plenty more. It's definitely a part 2 in there because your growth is phenomenal. It's a book coming. It's a movie coming.
I'm gonna go on the Steve Harvey show. I'm just waiting on him to call me.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I'm waiting on him to call me. I'm just waiting on him to be like, you know what? I saw your story floating around on Facebook, and I gotta have it on my show. Yeah, I'm waiting on Unc to call me.
It's gonna happen.
I'm just waiting.
It's gonna happen.
I be answering all types of phone calls thinking it's him, and it be the people for the car. It don't be him, but